See, just like Leotard,
Yeah.
if there's no inherent meaning in a text, well, there's also no inherent meaning in your lectures or your text. And you only get $10,000 a lecture. Now I want some of that money back. I want it leveled.
So his critique of interpretation, epistemology, hermeneutics, his critique of his culture is just as faulty as anybody.
Is self-refuting.
Yeah, self-refuting. He cuts his own legs off from under.
Now it goes well with people that know for sure everything.
Yes, and they don't think through
You
the
know
consequences.
anybody like that?
Yeah.
See, it's
lot
a
of
different thing to say, well, I claim lots of things, but all these things do not have the same justification. But it's not the same thing. It says they're all just matters of interpretation. If they are, so are you. Huh?
So he discredits himself.
Well, I say it's like Leotard. He's self-refuting. That's deconstructionism. Now they say we're past deconstruction. Yeah, they are, because it's self-refusing. So now they're post-deconstructionist. Then they be post of the post. Well, what? They're just trying to correct their errors because they can't live with the errors that they made.
Right.
But until they come back to the foundation, it'll never be corrected. But these are geniuses. These are not A students that went to unaccredited Bible colleges, see. And in this whole development here, Darwin. Now Darwin, you know the whole history of Darwin, and he's doing biological study.
Right.
But Darwin's influence in our culture is by no means just or even biology.
Right, because it permeates
Liberalism.
all. Yeah.
See, if Darwin is correct, the survival of the fittest, history of religion, comparative religion, sociology of religion, what does that do? What does the history of it show? Change.
It becomes an ontology.
Without even coming to grips with why the change. What just changes? Well then, after Hegel, no individual or no historical event can be utilized as absolute criteria to determine reality. What happens to the Christian faith if Hegel is correct?
The gospel story, the resurrection and
Out,
the crucifixion is
Jesus out,
Yeah.
Bible out.
There's no event in the past that has any meaning for the future.
Now, this is exactly where it is.
Yeah.
That starts back here. It comes home to roost. How many birds have to die before they say something's wrong with this? But see, if that's the case, it's self-refuting. Right. See, I don't need to worry about, well, your logic's not too sharp, but this is self-destructive. See, if you have to self-destruct to take your stand, I said, this is something else. You don't have any place to stand. So don't worry about me having a place to stand. I worry about you not having a place to stand. Yeah. See, so Christians get the shaft. They know that Christianity is why Leotard and all these people, if there is no inherent meaning in a text or a lecture, then what's wrong with my position? Mine's just as good as yours. But that isn't what they say. You know what they say. Christianity is for the blind and the dumb and the superstitious people. Well, first of all, you have no ground to make that claim. The best you could make the claim is that you are committed to that, but why on earth didn't I pay you $10,000 for telling them that? Because you're internationally famous.
Makes them feel good. Back to Gefühl.
Oh, it's Schleiermacher's Gefühl.
Yeah.
No, all these influences come home to rest. Mm-hmm. If they're merely academic, which I never did believe they're just academic. If they were academic, how could they influence generations and generations? Everybody's not dumb.
Right, and it certainly makes the objective of our movement of trying to, quote, restore, unquote, New Testament Christianity, makes that an absurd exercise.
After Hegel, yeah,
you
you weren't here when I said that first. After Hegel, It's absolute nonsense, the restoration principle. I talk about the restoration heritage,
Sure.
not movement.
Right.
But the restoration hermeneutic is absurd.
Right.
It's offensive.
Yeah, why bother trying to emulate what people
You
endeavored to do
you can't
2,000
do
years
it.
ago?
You
Yeah.
can't do it. First of all, if this is correct, the whole history of our heritage is absolute, and they're still having the Restoration Symposium.
Right.
They're meeting as I talk, I think this week,
Right.
and debris after debris, and they show no signs of awareness of all this. See, it's everybody. It's not merely
Right.
non-instrumental or.
Sure.
And the liberals were people who bought all this stuff.
Right.
So I don't like those terms, but conservative, they didn't buy any of it. That's like Mason or R.C. Foster. But what happened? We know that these influences went on independent of these brilliant men speaking out. And the only people that listened to these men was the choir.